Hey, what's up guys? J-Wink is back after another long hiatus again. I guess it's just a month, so. But, yeah, I'm back now. Like I said, my next review was going to be the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4. And I really wanted to watch it, and I did again, and, like, focus it and take my time. And so that's what it took. So that's why it took so long. Sorry, guys, but Season 5 doesn't come out until January, so I had plenty of time until then. But, yeah, so Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4 was probably the best season that they've had so far. I think every season it keeps getting better and better and better. I know me and my mom are watching it from the beginning again because I know when she started watching it, she really liked it, and then she kind of got out of it. But now we started watching them again, and I've really noticed how much the show has matured and changed since like season 1 and 2. But yeah, so the season starts out with, Sky or Daisy is on the run, and there's going to probably be some light to heavy spoilers, but it's been on Netflix for about a month, well, a couple months now. I'm pretty sure, and it's been out for a while, so just go watch it. And sorry, but so it starts out with Daisy on the run again, where we saw her from last in the season 3 finale. And she runs into a strange fellow named Ghost Rider, and that leads into the first arc of the season. And there are 3 arcs of the season. The first one is Ghost Rider, the second one is LMD, and then the third one is the Framework. And every single arc, I think, got better and better as it went along, because each thing had something different that the other arc didn't. And then the Ghost Rider arc, really, it added more mysticism into the universe and added a different layer of like hell and the devil, and then all like the ghosts, and really into the dark mystical side that Doctor Strange really didn't go into, and Iron Fist as well. And I think that was really cool because it gave us a different view on the MCU, because it's a lot bigger than we expected. And it was cool to see Johnny Blaze make his debut. I'm pretty sure that was Johnny Blaze. I think we all know that it was, but yeah, that was awesome. And I really did love Gabriel Luna as Robbie Reyes. He was very cool, very fun, and very awesome. And he's very serious, and he's like serious a lot of the time. But like he likes to joke around sometimes, and that's cool because if he'd be so serious, it would just kind of get boring for a little while. But it definitely, I didn't. Sometimes I was like, for his little brother Gabe, I was like, dude, just shut up, because his brother Gabe was just, I don't know, I didn't really like him sometimes, but I think he was like in the right area, so you kind of knew where he was coming from. Very interesting arc, I think, because there was a lot of cool characters, and it was cool to kind of see like the Darkhold, because I don't know if that's from the comics or not, but it was cool to kind of see like this was the thing that was causing the problem and everything. And I really did enjoy this arc, and when it ended, I was very sad and upset. Good like tone setter for the rest of the season, because it really got you in, and because the season is kind of a darker one than the rest of them, and I think that it definitely did kind of go with that. And also in the arc, we get to see the kind of the start of the LMD thing, and at the end of that, it leads into the next one, which is LMD. And LMD was a really awesome segment. I thought it kind of got a little boring at times, but those are more like character building episodes. Like the Patriot episode, I wasn't a big fan of, because it was kind of like cutting, just like, okay, we gotta get out of here. But no, I thought it was very Jeffrey Mace, I thought was very cool. I didn't really talk about that, but he was very cool. I did like his episode of the Patriot, and then how he is not an Inhuman, and I think that's very cool. And as I watched the season a second time, because when I watched it the first time, I was like, I don't really like this guy, and when they killed him off, I was like, yeah, but that's kind of a bad thing to say, but I didn't like him. But now, as I watched it a second time, I was like, yeah, I'd like you a little bit less. And then when he got into the Framework, I liked him a lot more. And then when he died, I think it really had more of an impact on me that way. But yeah, and the LMD was a really awesome arc, because it really it's like the Secret Invasion storyline, which is probably going to happen in the MCU now because Captain Marvel and the Skrulls and all that. But that's a video for another time. And I think that was very cool because it's interesting when you can't trust people that you are around with and they are posing as somebody who you know, you trust, you love, and they are just, they know everything and there's no way that you can tell any different. And that final episode in the arc before they go to the framework was awesome. I loved that episode. I felt like Skye was like Sarah Connor and everybody else was like, Terminator besides Gemma. That was so awesome and it was so just it was so emotional. Like everything in this season was really emotional and you could tell that. And there are definitely a lot, and I mean a lot of emotional beats this season. And I think that each one was handled very well. They were all awesome, and they all really did toy at my heart. And especially in the framework storyline. And the framework storyline was freaking awesome because I got my boy Ward back. Yeah. And that was very cool because if you don't know, Ward is my favorite character from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in general. And it was cool to see him come back, but he's a good guy this time. And it really does show, like, the characters, they are not ready for a good-sided Ward. And I really did love that conversation between Skye there and Ward. And I really did love this arc. And I think a lot of people did because it was so out there. Nobody ever would have thought that they would have went to this kind of storyline. Nobody. And I think the best thing about it is the framework, they didn't have to worry about the bigger MCU. And as much as I really do want, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to show up in the MCU, like in the movies and in other TV shows crossover, I think there could be a lot of potential to actually have a show where it doesn't have to worry about it. Very much, I do want it to stick in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and don't want it to go too crazy. But I think that would be an awesome show because the framework was just kind of like a little taste of that, of like, this what if storyline that was very awesome and it didn't have to worry about everything that's happened in the MCU so far. And like I said, that was just an amazing storyline. Awesome storytelling throughout the season. And it really, like I said, it toyed at the heartstrings. Now, Ada as a villain, I thought she was alright. I think she was a better villain than Eli Marl, who was Robbie Reyes' uncle from the first arc. And I thought it was alright. He wasn't the worst villain that the show has had, but he wasn't the best either. But I thought he was alright for the first arc anyways. And then Ada / Ophelia, Madam Hydra, that was a really cool kind of thing where she became Madam Hydra. And like I said, she was an awesome villain, I think. And I don't think a lot of people give her credit. She was a really awesome villain because I feel like she was kind of like a mix between Ultron and Baron Zemo in a way. But, it was kind of my thoughts, but probably different from yours. And it was very, she was outstanding, I think, in my opinion. She was really good. And I think how she really did change Fitz. I hope that the framework, and I'm pretty sure it will have repercussions in Season 5. And Season 5 ends on a big cliffhanger. Space. Coulson is standing out in space. We see that they, before the end of the episode, before we get to space, the whole team is at a diner just chillaxing, and boom, Coulson's in space. And it's amazing because, like, what is going to happen? Is S.H.I.E.L.D. going to come in? Are we going to learn? Like, I think it would be really cool if S.H.I.E.L.D. came in, but S.H.I.E.L.D. was established in Captain Marvel, and that in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they talk, if S.H.I.E.L.D. is a thing, that they talk about Captain Marvel. And it would be really, I think, really awesome to see for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to get that first little tidbit. And I'll probably do another 10 things Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. could do to make it better, or it's just like some things. But I really would love to see something like that happen. I think it would just be awesome. And I think it truly would be like a cool way to tie it in. And but yeah, definitely very cool. And that last episode too, it was so sad to see Mac. And Mac is an alright character to me. I do like him. I've started to grow on him a little bit more. But when he was still in the framework, I was like, oh, he's gonna die, you know? And I was like, you know what? I'm okay with this. Because I felt like somebody really needed to die in this season. Because we needed to feel that crushing of the heart of somebody who's been there for a while. Yes, we had Ward, and yes, we had Lincoln die last season, but Ward was a Hydra agent, so that didn't really matter. Although losing him from the show did make me cry a little bit. But and losing Lincoln, it wasn't, I didn't think that big of a deal because he was only in for a season and a half, so we didn't really get a whole lot of time to, you know, spend time with him and get attached to him. Maybe you guys did, that's fine, but I really didn't. And so yeah, those are but yeah, and like I said, there's still a lot of unanswered questions left. Like, is the what, I don't know what the guy's name is, the guy that was after Coulson, I forgot his name. But is he going to, like, obviously those things, those androids of him are still running around, so will he be still in season 5? Maybe, maybe not, but since he's not on Earth anymore, that maybe, you know, who knows. And I really want to see what will happen next, and if the Secret Warriors are assembling back together, that's going to be pretty cool, because Clark Gregg posted a photo on Instagram, like, come back Secret Warriors or something like that, and it's like, you know, are they coming back? I think that would be really cool to see Joey back. And I would like to see maybe if Ghost Rider would join the team, and Deathlock, where has he been? Like, the last time we saw him was in season 2, and Mike Peterson, he's a cool character. You know, Deathlock is pretty cool, and he would get along with them, I'm sure. He would definitely get along with Sky, and I think that would be really cool because it would show that the team is getting bigger and they're bringing in more than just Inhumans. So yeah, guys, this season was freaking awesome. The best season so far, by far. I think that it was definitely a really good maturing that they really did need, because as the show grows older, you kind of gonna need to mature a little bit more, and they definitely did it in this this season. And so yeah, this is definitely going to get 5 out of 5 winks. Well, maybe probably 4.7 out of 5 winks. But yeah, and I'll probably talk about the problems that I have with it in another video. But yeah, guys, that's about it. And I'm J-Wink, and I'm winking out, and I'll see you guys later.